If your kids are anything like mine, their interests growing up bounced around based on what they saw on TV, what their friends were doing, and what was hot on the internet. The same goes for sports. Some kids are naturally drawn to a particular sport, others like to play everything, or at least try something different once in a while. If you're fortunate enough to have a talented son or daughter, some coaches will try to capitalize on your child's dream by convincing your athlete to specialize year-round in a single sport, perhaps encouraging you to spend a great deal of money on travel teams and specialized coaching. The fact is that it's just not true, and it's just not the best interest of the athlete at all. A majority of athletes who are fortunate enough to make it to the highest level of their sports were multi-sport athletes in high school. More than 90% of the players taken in the NFL draft every year played at least 2 varsity sports. Playing multiple sports works different muscle groups, reduces the risk of overuse injuries, and encourages overall athletic development, and maybe most importantly, lessens the chance for burnout. Youth sports should never be a grind. That defeats the whole purpose on why we want our children playing sports in the first place. Also, the sport that they excel in and enjoy most at 11 may be different than what they play at 16, but they would never know if they are forced to choose too soon. The pressure put on players and their parents by coaches to specialize is a real thing. Many well-meaning families are spending money that they cannot really afford on private coaches, travel teams, and tournaments, money that would be better invested to put away for college.
So I think this is another thing we're battling is that, and it's three-pronged with usually the student and the athlete being the third one. It's the parent wanting to get that scholarship, it's the coach wanting to have the great player, and it's the kid that wants to be a great player and get a scholarship. And that leads to nowadays specialization. So you have a coach that says, well, if Johnny wants to be on this team, he's got to do it now. He's got to do it in the fall and the spring when there's other sports that are going on. And, mom and dad think, okay, if you want a chance at a scholarship, then this is something we're going to have to pay money for you to do to give you the best chance to do it. And a lot of times I'll go back to, I can pick out NFL drafts where all the draft picks, and there's usually about 255 players drafted a year, where in the 80 percentile of the players drafted were multiple sport athletes growing up. I can pick out the top 4 in the college football playoffs. If you don't even want to go to the NFL, just say college. Go to the top 4, which includes the Alabamas of the world, because they're always there, the Ohio States of the world, they're always there, and other big-time schools. It's the same thing. It's in the 80-something percentiles of their scholarship athletes who are multi-sport, from track, baseball, basketball, wrestling, and these are football players that I'm talking about now, that played all those sports growing up. So while the thought process is specialization, the majority of the successful scholarship athletes, then guys in football, and then that move on to the NFL, have all been multi-sport athletes.